Hello, I'm Ted Leverette, broadcasting from partneroncall.com. I'm the original business buyer advocate. I help people buy the right business the right way. Our focus is on small and mid-sized businesses. And during this brief and illuminating, I hope, podcast, you're going to hear a few reasons why buy-sell transactions fall through and what you can do about it. Samuel, a searcher from Chicagoland, told me there were 4 or 5 things that caused him to withdraw his letter of intent to evaluate and perhaps purchase a company. But before Samuel tells us what Cratered is pending deal, let's keep in mind that an LOI is not an offer to purchase. Its main focus is evaluation. The purchase is conditional upon what happens during the searcher's evaluation and negotiation. Okay, Samuel, what's happening?
Yeah, Ted, I think you hit the nail on the head. As we discussed earlier, I officially withdrew from a business that I was under LOI. And one of the reasons for that was the slow response time from the seller. And then he had an even slower response time when it came to preparing his 2019 taxes.
Well, something to think about. Your LOI could have required deadlines for certain actions and events. In fact, it could have been so flexible that it could have been modified as you were going along. So when things like this pop up, you can toss a deadline on and you have an opt-out that's automatic at your choice when the owners don't move along. What else?
Yeah, one of the big reasons was he decided he was going to bring on a family friend who was graduating from college and had no experience with that. So that was a major red flag for me.
Well, again, your LOI, it could have provided for no material changes to the company by the owner while your LOI is live. Or it could have required him to promptly and definitively notify you about changes that are affecting customers, employees, landlord, banks, suppliers. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And actually, to continue on with that, he actually told me that one of his estimators had the potential of retiring this year, which brought up another red flag for me.
Wow. Well, here's the good news. The seller alerted you to it. The bad news is it's likely to adversely affect the company. That's why you see it as a red flag. So if it becomes your company, you're going to have to cope with it. What else happened?
Yeah. So when I brought up the hesitation of hiring a family friend that had little to no experience while I was running the company, it would basically it was a major red flag, and he told me that if he was running the company, it would be a no-brainer because of his potential.
Because of the potential for this person with no experience to do a great job?
Yes.
In an important job like being the estimator?
Yes, one of 2.
One of 2. Well, the word potential, I always view that as risk. And you could mitigate, if you were to go forward with this, you could mitigate this and these kinds of risks with maybe a holdback in escrow where money's held, or maybe a clawback where some money comes back to you. For example, if this person doesn't perform and it adversely affects the company. Or you could say to the owner, well, if you want me to play along with this potential, then why don't we do an earnout? I'll pay you a fixed price and the rest is conditional on this person performing. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds great to me.
Okay, let's end with an observation and a recommendation. Sometimes you need to know when to fold them and when to hold them. And a famous deal maker says, sometimes your best investments are the ones you don't make. So here's my advice, Samuel. Divert your attention away from this company. Increase your potential deal flow by improving how you'll search for opportunities. And have a savvy set of questions that you'll use to fast screen owners during your initial in-person interview. And the reason we want to do this is some of these things, if you have questions that anticipate them, you would have known up front and maybe not spent some time on a deal that was going to crater. And by the way, the kinds of questions we like to use, we also use them to screen brokers in any of the so-called business opportunities they're presenting to us. Does that sound sensible to you?
Yes, that would have actually helped me a lot and saved some of the man hours I potentially wasted on that deal.
Okay, listeners, if you or people you represent haven't read my how-to books, please do so. Excuse me, please do so. You'll save time and money. You'll achieve better deals. I'm also available to help you deploy the tactics and strategies in my books. One is how to prepare yourself and find the right business to buy. And the other book is how to buy the right business the right way. You can get them at my website, partneroncall.com. So I'm Ted Leverette, the business buyer advocate with Partner on Call Network. Thanks for listening and best wishes for your prosperity.